Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Crypto Blast. It is Wednesday, the 3rd of September, all day. You join me and Cam from Institutional Fi, where Cam will be giving us a rapid fire update of crypto markets, pricing flows, market moving news, etc., etc. Before he does get underway, just a quick read out the legals. Nothing discussed on this space session constitutes trading or investment advice or infers any kind of endorsement by PIQ, Institutional Fi, Cam, or myself, Ryan Paisley. I appear to have, looks like I've lost a bit of connection. One sec.
Good morning, Ryan. You there?
Can you hear me?
I can indeed.
Oh, perfect. I had a reconnecting on Wi-Fi issue and I was like, didn't know what was going on there. Right. Yes. So
No worries.
legals, etc. gone out of the way. Gone over to you, Cam, my dear friend.
Yeah, it sounds like you rushed off your feet today, Ryan. I hope your
I really
day
am.
gets better for you. Yeah, I can understand that. Wednesday's getting everything ready for the end of the week. All right. So, as I took my notes this morning, it's nice to see that the crypto markets are greener than when they were just a couple of hours ago. So this is great. Bitcoin trades currently at $111,528. And this comes in after briefly selling off into its 100-day moving average. Now buyers have managed to step back in, pushing BTC close to retesting May's monthly high before momentum started to cool off as we head into the start of the US trading session. Today is indeed Wednesday. So structurally, BTC looks pinned in a tighter range with liquidity and momentum currently favoring the buy side. If we hop over to Ethereum, Ethereum sits at $4,376. This is roughly $50 off of yesterday's high. The ETH BTC pair is continuing to show some weakness as flows rotate back into Bitcoin. This dynamic that we've seen historically tends to precede broader altcoin softness. If the rotation persists, you can expect further outflows from majors into BTC dominance, which tends to crowd out the smaller altcoin sectors. The ETH flows reinforce this story, with Bitcoin ETFs seeing $333 million in net inflows yesterday, which was September 2nd, led by Fidelity's FBTC that saw $133 million flow into their ETF. Ethereum ETFs saw $135 million in net outflows, with no single ETH ETF product recording gains in the day. Fidelity's FETH saw the steepest hit, with $99.2 million flow out. The divergence underlines how the institutional channel is rotating assets into Bitcoin whilst backing off ETH in the short term. We'll add that in as a caveat there. On Altcoin Watch, we can see if we move down the market cap list, XRP currently trading at $2.86. BNB is trading at $854, Solana at $211, up quite nicely with 4% on the day. The price action of the majors remains range-bound, but the capital flow narrative is beginning to favour that BTC over ETH and altcoins more broadly, as we've seen with the majority of altcoins typically being, on average, up around 1% according to CoinMarketCap, compared to BTC, which is up over 1.6% over the last 24 hours. There's been quite a lot of news over the last 24 hours, which we're going to get into. Going to be a quick update on the corporate holdings for Bitcoin, ETH, BNB and the like. So if we look over to that institutional adoption side of things, Coinbase and OKX will launch crypto products for Australia, with their $2.8 trillion pension system. The focus is on self-managed super funds. Crypto allocation within these self-managed super funds has risen sevenfold since 2021. Strategy Incorporated added over 4,000 BTC to their holdings last week, boosting total holdings to well over 636,000 BTC. Their average cost basis is $73,765 per Bitcoin. SharpLink acquired an additional 39,000 ETH last week. They now hold close to 1 million ETH, totaling $3.6 billion. A new name has entered the camp with the treasuries. Yangfeng Financial, which is a Hong Kong listed, added over 10,000 ETH, which is $44 million to their treasury. CA Industries increased its treasury to 300. This is what I like. This number is great. 388,888 BND, which has a market value of $330 million, targeting 1% total supply of BNB by year end. ETHZilla, a name that I'm not a big fan of, is deploying $100 million ETH into ETHFI for restaking strategies. Clean Core Solutions, under the NYSE under the ticker Zone, adopted Doge as its primary treasury reserve, completing a $175 million placement with backing from Pantera, GSR, and FalconX. Metaplanet approved raising over $3.8 billion to grow BTC holdings as they currently stand at 20,000 to target a total BTC bag of 210,000 BTC by 2027. So with only just over a year to go on that, that is quite the increase. And Smart Gold partnered with Chantaya to tokenize $1.6 billion with a B in IRA-held gold, enabling use within DeFi while retaining tax-advantage IRA statuses. Moving across to some market policies, and ESMA's Natasha Kazenev warns that tokenized stock products, most of them do not grant real ownership rights, such as voting and dividend payments, raising retail investor risk. And with this statement, she's not wrong. I mean, most of these products out there at the moment for tokenized stocks, you don't own the underlying stock asset. You're simply owning that token that represents it. You're not being paid any dividends for the majority of it. So you're going to have to make sure if you are investing in these products, as always, do your research, read the fine print, and understand
absolutely
exactly what it is you're purchasing. South Korea will join the OECD's crypto asset reporting framework in 2027 with international transaction data sharing beginning next year. MasterCard hopped on the wire to report about crypto. They said that they're reiterating its stance on digital assets, noting that the adoption recently isn't a revolution, but an incremental payment technology with stablecoins seen as meaningful for cross-border settlements. They said that as it currently stands, they have no intention to launch blockchain. So MasterCard launching their own blockchain, but it's not off the table. So, opening the doors there to potentially MasterCard actually launching their own blockchain, but that is not the case as of yet. And Hong Kong's Fosun Wealth tokenized shares of Saram Medical in the amount of $328 million across the Solana, Ethereum, and Volta ecosystems. I think tokenization of stocks is going to be the theme of the next couple of weeks because we've got a few more stories regarding tokenized stocks. So corporate moves and market structure. We had an IPO filing, Gemini filing to list on the Nasdaq under GEMI, which is the ticker GEMI, with 16.6 million Class A shares priced between $17 to $19. Goldman Sachs and Citi are involved in the launch. Coinbase will launch its Mag7 Plus Crypto Equity Index futures on September 22nd. This is blending the largest tech stocks, CoinShares, and BlackRock's BTC and ETH ETFs in an equally weighted basket. It's a product that's actually going to be quite interesting to see how that balances out. Crypto.com partners with Underdog for a new sports prediction market across 16 of the United States. In what is an impressive revenue report, Hyperliquid posted a record trading revenue of $106 million and volume of over $400 billion in August. Just gigantic volume there. I think we mentioned this on Monday, but they're just again reiterating it. $400 billion in volume for August is no small number, and no wonder why we're starting to hear. It's huge. We saw, actually, I think yesterday, Bloomberg Crypto were reporting on it, live and talking about the hype token, which is honestly, it blows my mind. If you talked about that from, it said this about 4 years ago that Bloomberg were going to be talking about a decentralized exchange perpetual token, that they're going to be talking about it and how it's got a burning mechanism in place and that, it actually looks okay. Yeah, I would not have believed you, but here we are, in 2025, and that is the conversation topic, but not surprised with those volumes. In a story which I think is long overdue, OKX is to delist the Lunar Classic coin, but only their euro pair on September 10th. I think we're in the camp now that we can let that Lunar Classic, just die a death. It tried to die a few years ago. Just let it go. Close its eyes into that dark night. Moving on. World Liberty Financial. So World Liberty Financial Community posted a proposal for 100% fee redirection from the protocol owned liquidity into buybacks and permanent burns. So this is aimed to structurally reduce supply. This comes in as reports suggest that Trump's family's World Liberty Financial Holdings, which is around 25% stake in the coin, may now surpass their real estate empire in value amid a $5 billion jump in their net worth. We were trying to discuss, what it actually is, World Liberty Finance, and I think we've just come across the answer. A money-making machine for the Trump family.
Very much so. Yeah, no, exactly that.
What is the coin currently at? Let's take a little look. 22 cents. Down 3% over the last 24 hours. Surprisingly holding up quite well. Ranks number 27, the market cap in crypto.
For now.
For now is the answer. Another story, which is a pretty big one. Going to just run down briefly from a report from Eleanor Terrett. So in a rare show of unity, the SEC and the CFTC staff just issued a joint statement clarifying that the SEC and the CFTC registered exchanges are not prohibited from facilitating the trading of certain spot crypto asset products. So I'm going to say that again. These exchanges are not prohibited from facilitating the trading of certain spot crypto assets. So like BTC, like ETH. SEC Chair Paul Atkins said that market participants should have the freedom to choose where they trade spot crypto assets. The CFTC acting chair said that under the prior administration, our agency sent mixed signals about regulation and compliance in digital asset markets, but the message was clear: innovation was not welcome. That chapter is over. The move marks a major step in the agency's Project Crypto and Crypto Sprint initiatives, aimed at coordinating oversight while expanding venue choice and optionality for US market participants. So this joint statement issued by the SEC and the CFTC boils down to this: the NYSE, the NASDAQ, CBOE, CME, etc., have just been given the green light by the regulators to list spot crypto trading assets, such as Bitcoin, ETH, onto their trading platform. So I'm sure we're going to be hearing more about this story as it develops. Yeah, there's absolutely no reason why they shouldn't be listing these. This statement also clarifies trading mechanics. So clearing houses can partner with custodians to manage customer accounts. Exchanges are encouraged to share pricing information for better market oversight, and spot trading data should be made public for transparency. Regulators emphasize fair and orderly markets, efficiency trading, and healthy competition where welcoming innovation, as long as investors are protected. So yeah, very, very bullish news. And I believe that's actually going to be it from me today for the Crypto Blast. But yeah, massive. Yeah, it's pretty positive news. It was a nice day seeing that come through the desk last night, and having a read through that report. I was, put a smile to your face when you think about all the years where, the regulations have been so blurred lines, and all of a sudden it seems like the regulation's been taken off the table. But again, we're here with clearer guidance and a proper framework to work within. So there we go. Not sure if you're there, Ryan.